Hey, it's me, Pinky. Since I unlocked my Daenerys 4 stars, a few people did always ask me if it feels worth it and if I had a plan doing it. And since Black Friday and Christmas sale are coming more and more near, and I guess getting a big 5 commander is for some people always a plan for this, I guess why not talk about this topic kind of quickly. So I would go into buying a commander first. For that you need to understand a few numbers, I would say. The first thing is the awakening pack. You need 600 tokens to awaken commander. You can buy twice 6 a week for 200, so you can buy 12 a week, which makes 50 weeks to get to 600, which you need for 4 stars. So if you want to go as cheap as possible, you should buy them twice a week and collect the awakening tokens over a year. That has a simple reason. If you look into it, here you get 6 tokens for 200 BDs. If you buy the next pack, you get 10 tokens for 500 BDs, and after that I think 14 for 1k. So if you now look into 200 to 500, it's 2.5 times more expensive, but you only get 50-60% more tokens. So the price per token is a lot worth, if you ask me. And when I did it, main idea was to make it as cheap as possible, and plan was the second priority only. You should buy those twice a week. Okay, then you would have the tokens covered after a year. Now is the question how to get the commander. Well, there are a few things. Koala is cheaper than any way to buy them right now. Then for a lot of commanders you can get the medals also for recharging and a lot of recharge events. The only ones you can't get there right now is Sinel, Amiradon and the Night King. But the Night King anyways has another awakening, so I will kind of ignore the Night King here. And then, well, most likely the best way to finish the commander is to buy the packs for 500 BDs on Black Friday. So if you then say you want to buy 100 packs for 200 BD, it's 20k BDs, but you can also discount them, for example with the Pass of the Ascendants, which discounts itself. You can buy them for 135 the commander instead of the awakening medals instead of 200. You could buy them for 270 each week, and then you also have the weekly honor token, where you could then buy one for 200 and one for 135. So I guess realistically you can do the awakening for 11,750 for 12k BDs, let's say, and then you have to do Sinel, which is harder. The big commander Sinel is just the one today in the shop, which is a bit harder to calculate because you could get some free from recharging and then you get some from Corolla, which are cheaper, but let's just say you all do them on Black Friday, so it's 27.5k, so combined it's around like 39k for big commander. So keep that in mind when you want to get a commander, and of course if you want to get it faster, especially the awakening will get a lot more expensive. Then there's the thing that a lot of people always think you unlock this commander and magically your account will be twice as good. Even though I kind of agree with Daenerys is better than any other commander you can get for a cheap price, and even though I for sure say you can notice this, I want to point out some things I didn't really realize when I chose go for Daenerys, because I saw max account using her, saw the max account results, and then when I unlocked her I was disappointed because she looked worth for me. The first thing is that her dragon attack in the first second, as you can see here, has 150%, but in order to get to 150% you need the main hand. If you don't have the main hand you only get 50%, which is 1/3 of the damage. And if you think about getting a commander for around about 40k BD, then I think it's of course a good thing to triple the effect in the first second for another 5k BD. You can also discount the 5k BDs. I would say you need the main hand in order to have a better from Daenerys. Keep that in mind. Then her commander attacks going more often than from other commanders. In order to keep up the results there with the next account you would need better stats, which is kind of hard to say, okay, I want the same stats. But what helps you here is for sure the Red Dragon skill that increases your commander attack, and the caster skin that increases your commander attack. So you're not doing 260% anymore, you're doing 310% commander damage. I would kind of ignore her disarm because I think her disarm is not very strong. This is also the reason why you just need to unlock the main hand, because making it 4 stars just improves her disarm, and I think her disarm is not that good. If we look onto the solo, what you will notice is her dragon attack scales with your crit percentage and with the power of your dragon, or the strength of your dragon. So as you can see, I'm doing, let's say, 280k kills here. If I would have 160% instead crit instead of 122, I would do 30% more damage, which would be then something like 370k killed in the first attack from this attack, 280k, which is 80k more. So in order to max out the crit, I would need to max out the blessing. And when I say max out the blessing, it's most likely maxing out the blessing, because if you look at the first wheel, I'm having like not even 30 points left that I can apply anymore. 6 of them are the critting chance, 10 of them are the crit itself, and then another like 10 points are here in the smaller thing like dragon defense, for example. And of course I would need to max out the dragon power in order to have as strong as possible dragon, because the dragon attack of course scales with dragon's range too. So in short, to have Dany as strong as possible, you need to max out the blessing, which takes a bit of time, or a bit of BDs, or a bit of both. You don't only need Dany, you also need the blessing to have the same result as a max account. Then also, of course, if you want to be as a max account with the first attack, where you often get the result from Dany and then you think you should get Dany, then you not only need my dragon has a range of 111k, you need to level 70 blue dragon, which has done 135k I think when they are max. And also you could activate then the flaming breath, which would double up his damage. He would do more like around 20% more damage because he has 20% more range. Then he would do double damage because thanks to flaming breath his range is doubled. Then you would do 30% more because you have 30% more crit. So you get the feeling of the result would be most likely twice as good as mine, if not even better. And you would also have the flaming breath also hitting after Dany, of course. I also want to talk about that I think Dany's main power in the first second comes in rallies. If you look at this here, I'm killing only alone 400k bowmans, and then of course some frontline troops too. In a rally this is of course a lot better, but you also have to notice both these reports against kind of free to play people. So if they are not free to play, they will be kind of stronger, and of course my damage would go down when I need the stronger Dany to have the same result again. So I hope this kind of explained why just unlocking a commander, of course it's like a power up, but it's an expansive power up, and the question is, will this alone turn the fight? And I would say no, it gives me an advantage. But then I also want to talk about another commander quickly, because I think if you just want to unlock one commander, Jon is the best choice, honestly, because his awakening will just turn a lot of your attacks into crits, and that combined with Rhea will give you a lot of bleed. So having Jon or not having Jon will make a big difference between like non-Jon bleed and Jon bleed. So if you just want to unlock one commander, you should go for Jon, at least in my understanding, but you should also think about that you then need different dragon skills as if you are a non-bleed player. So if you just unlock Jon and think I will switch to bleed, then of course keep in mind you need stuff like Dragon Flame, which only works with bleed and which you need if you want to be bleed, and you need the Dragon Bleed skill, for example. So also those kind of stuff to keep up with other players, and don't feel like, okay, I have Jon now, and then you have Jon, but a lot of your red dragon skills are not working anymore. And so you feel like Jon is not as worth as much as it could be because you didn't prepare yourself properly. But if you would buy Jon over a year, you could of course prepare the dragon skills, you could prepare to get a castle skill, And then once you unlock John, you will feel a very big power up. But then I also feel there are a lot of good ways, like badges, for example. We have the green side, which we soon can buy for BD. We have the red gear, currently cheaper to buy with the new pack. So most likely you can also spend the 40k BDs into your normal account growing and also feel a good difference. Of course, it's not so shiny as having the Commander, but then it's your choice, whatever you feel like is better. But I just wanted to give you a way how to buy the Commander, and maybe I'll tell you a bit of what you notice, what to look at. Of course, that goes for every Commander, kind of. Try to understand them. My guides might help here. Try to understand what you need to maximize their power. And then if you go for a Commander, try to support them as good as you can, so you feel as much as you can from having it. And with this, I hope you enjoy buying it.